I never looked at my relationship with God or Jesus as a relationship before. I never looked at it like a relationship. It was always just this big omnipresent Lord and me trying not to get in trouble with him, you know? As I became a more senior fireman, we got a call one morning that a plane had crashed into the World Trade Center. And I responded on the first plane. Saw all 3 collapses and the second plane strike. I lost 53 friends that day. Why am I here? I don't even know why I wanted to become a fireman in the first place. I'm just floating through with God's plan. That was kind of a sensory overload moment. And there was a lot of horrific things we saw over those first few days and experienced, and over the 9 months on the pile. And took solace in the fact that God was with me and present with everybody that day, especially over the next 9 months while people were saying goodbye to loved ones. And children were holding helmets and flags and stuff like that when their parent was put to rest. It made me a stronger man in the firehouse. It made me a stronger man at home, but it was a lot of bricks to carry for what seemed to be a really long time. I was only home a short period of time, and my childhood sweetheart that I was with since I was 13, she had an aneurysm and a massive stroke. But that happened on Monday, and I lost her on Thursday. And that was shortly after I got back from 15 months in Bosnia, where genocide was the name of the game over there. And there was nothing but hatred and indiscriminate killings, and that was terrible. So after having absorbed that and then come home and this happened, and being alone with my family and having to raise now 2 teenage boys on my own while still working as a fireman and iron worker and being a part-time soldier, that was taxing. But no sooner we were still grieving, and the Army called me up again and said, "It's Sergeant Jarovic, it's time to go to Iraq." And it just happened all over again for another 15 months. And God proved himself trustworthy to me and others over and over and over again. I've seen his mercy in some horrific moments, and I've been confused by some of the things he's allowed. But at the end of the day, it's his plan, and we show up to do the best we can as Christians every time we're called to. I trust my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and his Father, my God, with every bone in my body, because he's proved to me that no matter what, he's going to be standing there with me. I'm never alone. Kind of equated to, I remember as a father crossing my son when he was 4 or 5 years old, crossing a street, a busy street. And he's standing there holding my hand. And I'm darting around looking left and right to see if cars are coming. And I always took that moment to realize that it's no different with God. My son trusts me 100%. He's going to follow me across the street. He's not going to let go of my hand. And I'm going to get him safely to the other side. It's my job as a father, is to protect him. And he is to trust me through that protection. It's really no different with us. God is holding our hand at every intersection. And the enemy is coming back and forth in front of us all day long, tempting us, trying to derail us, trying to separate us from God. But I feel like that little kid sometimes, when you just hold his hand and you walk across the street, and you have faith that he's going to be there to protect you. So that's this world is a rough place, but our Father is always with us, and we can trust him.